The following is a special presentation of WNEP, the news station.
815 pounds to recycle.
Sorting, stripping, shipping. See how this center finds new homes for old computers and monitors.
No way. It's running now?
And we take this quiet, fuel-efficient hybrid for a spin. And also learn that part of the car is made of recycled stuff.
We're trying to look at where we can use green materials to make better vehicles.
WNEP presents a Power to Save special from the Home and Backyard Expo.
Welcome to WNEP TV's Power to Save special. And of course, we're here at the Wyoming Valley Mall at the 2010 Home and Backyard Expo, brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. I'm Jackie Lewandowski, Mike Stevens, and Don Jacobs.
And I'm going to get a chance to drive one of those Fords that is just simply energy efficient. Plus, there's a lot of cool things just to do right here at the Expo.
Exactly. We'll all be hanging out, and we have various WNEP items for sale at the WNEP store. Chance to stock up. And a lot of good things going on to benefit the environment.
Absolutely. And, of course, this is the Power to Save. And we're always thinking green. We're always thinking, how can we help the environment? We've got two major recycling projects going on this weekend. One of those recycling projects actually collects your old documents and shred them. You're going to see a little bit more about that in a minute. We are indeed collecting old computers and computer stuff. Now, we're collecting it. What happens once it's collected? Our very own Paul Epson is going to take it to the company that deals with those things.
Well, here at Eco International, you can see that recycling is the name of the game. And my goodness, the piles are much bigger than the last time I visited. We're here to meet Greg, who's going to take us through the whole process. Greg, great to see you again.
Good seeing you again.
Obviously, you know, recycling is the way of the future because your business is booming.
Yes. First thing we start with is every truck that comes in, every pallet gets unloaded off the truck, and we weigh every single pallet.
What do we got? 815 pounds to recycle. Lots of plastics?
Lots
How much
of
do you
plastic.
think would be metal in something like this?
Actually, this type of material, it's 35% metal and 40% plastic.
40%
and the
plastic.
rest being different types of precious metals, of boards, and other stuff.
This represents a typical kind of pallet of stuff. And what's the first stage of this process?
Well, this stage here is the material's all coming in mixed, so we got to unpack it and sort it to different categories before we can even do anything, because every different piece of equipment has a different process or a different location where it's going to be going.
There
So
are printers, there are looks like photocopiers in there, and some of those combo units.
yeah, and then there could be CPUs in there, or monitors, or laptops. It'll be
Gotcha.
all mixed of stuff. What they're going to do is unpack it, and then depending on what type of product it is, it's either going to go on certain types of pallets,
Gotcha.
or it's going to go on the roller conveyor and then work its way to the next process. The stuff that's getting put on pallets is getting sorted to go through another process, maybe at another location or through a shredding operation off-site.
Well, Greg, this is where you disassemble the monitors. So take us through the process, yeah?
This person here is basically going to take all the screws off the outside.
Gotcha.
Get
And the more you do this, the more you know each type of monitor, and you can quickly remove the casing.
Obviously, after you do them, so many monitors a day for so many days, they don't look alike. You're doing little tricks and stuff like that. And then basically what he's doing is, you're going to rip
Gotcha.
all the materials, go on the further belt, and then go back around for sorting or baling.
Brilliant.
And then the CRT will work its way over to CRT, or we'll remove the yoke and the grounding strap and package it up to go to a CRT, get recycled to CRT glass.
That's impressive. That was seconds rather than minutes. Now, what is valuable about a cathode ray tube?
Obviously, they have a copper yoke and a grounding strap that are basically attached to the unit. They need to get removed.
Okay. A lot of copper wiring in that, yeah?
A lot of copper wire in there, and the same thing with the grounding strap.
Now, tell us about the black part of the tube. Is that, what's going on there? Is that a special kind of glass?
No, what that is that, obviously the glass is leaded glass, and a lot of people see that black coating and think that's the lead, but it's really the graphite coating.
Gotcha.
The lead, there is lots of lead in that glass, but it's encapsulated. It's like lead crystal. Just like your lead crystal at your house, it's encapsulated in the chemistry.
I love his shot. He is fantastic. He hasn't dropped any yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
He gets in trouble when he drops them.
Okay, so the glass is recycled. There's a big chunk of copper. It's going to go back in there because copper is so expensive at the moment, isn't it?
It's not where it was last year, but it's starting to come back up. Obviously, once manufacturing worldwide starts picking up, there's going to be more of a demand.
Excellent. And before, we just used to throw it into the ground and forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
We can't afford to do that.
Just keep throwing the landfill.
Well, one of the major tenets of recycling is reuse, and this is what you're doing here. You've got a whole set of laptops that may be okay.
They may be okay. That's what we're doing here is, on most of the stuff we get in is torn down. It's older stuff, but, laptops and newer CPUs will get tested for reuse, and that's what we're doing here is we're testing all the CPUs for potential reuse.
Now, the people who send the laptops in can rest assured that everything is going to be wiped off the hard drive, yeah?
Yes, all the laptops, anything for resale goes through a diagnostic test, meaning the tech will run it through different programs where he's going to diagnose all the equipment in the CPU or the laptop, and then he'll also do a override on the hard drive, which is a DoD-approved process that we do, and it does so many wipes over the hard drive to make sure the data can't get recovered.
There's nothing there. DoD as in Department of Defense?
Department of Defense.
All right. Well, what you've seen is what Eco International does, and their end product isn't the end product of recycling, is it, Greg? You've got, this goes to another kind of stage of the recycling process.
Yeah, this will be shipped off to another refiner, or shipped to a refinery who's going to recover the lead and the copper and aluminum value of this product and this type of material there.
Excellent. I didn't realize there was such amount of lead in it, and it's a valuable product.
Yes, very lead.
Steel, obviously, is very, very important, and plastic, there's a market for that as well.
Markets for all of them. Some are domestic, some are closer, some are farther, but it all gets recycled.
Absolutely fantastic. And what a great job you're doing in terms of that first stage of the recycling process. Greg, it's been an absolute pleasure. And remember that whatever you hand in, bring in, can be recycled, and it might appear somewhere in your house or your business again, yeah?
Yep.
Which is all about recycling.
Thanks for the tour, Paul. And, of course, we're outside where they're collecting all of that stuff that ends up being recycled. Joe Nardone is with me here, and people are probably saying, just how easy is it to get rid of this stuff? It's really pretty easy. You got it down to a science. Tell me about it.
There's absolutely no waiting time. You drive up, they ask you what you have. You don't even have to get out of the vehicle. You could watch this gentleman right here. We take it out for you.
And, of course, then it gets all wrapped up and the tractor trailers are pulled away. It's all pretty simple.
Exactly. Exactly right. Goes up to New York State where we dismantle the products, their raw materials.
So how long has this stuff been sitting around?
About a year.
Yeah, and it's pretty good to get it out of the house.
I love it. I love it. Best thing you ever did.
Thank you very much for taking part in our recycling project. So tell me, what are you dropping off here today?
I'm dropping off 2 monitors and a word processor.
No kidding. So tell me how long they've been sitting around.
Well, they were from a Christian school, but they were old and they wanted to get rid of them because we got new ones.
All right, now we're going to go inside where Jackie could tell us a little bit more about document shredding going on here at the Home and Backyard Expo.
Well, we just thought it would be a good opportunity to get rid of our important papers that we've been spending a good part of the nasty weather all winter cleaning out our files.
We saw your ad on TV on one of your programs where they're having this recycling, and we thought we'd take advantage of it.
I'm here with Brenda of Paper Eaters, and why don't you explain the process to me?
When you bring your papers in, what we'll do is we'll put them through our shredder. They'll go on the conveyor, come out the other end destroyed, so you don't have to be concerned with identity theft. At what point we'll turn around and then take them to a recycling center where they're reprocessed into other products.
We're doing some spring cleaning, so we brought them here to recycle.
What they'll want to do is make sure of the retention period of things that they do need to keep, but anything they want to destroy should be brought into us. The first box is free. After that, the second and third box, we are asking a donation.
Well, the American Cancer Society is very happy to be chosen to work with the Paper Eaters here today, and $3 will be the donation, and that will be coming to us, and that will help us forward our mission and fund our patient services, which are usually free to people in the community.
Well, as you can see, we have some great programs here at the Wyoming Valley Mall and the Home and Backyard Expo. And how do you know that your car isn't taking you for a ride when it comes to efficiency? Well, we're going to tell you more about that when we come back with more of WNEP TV's Power to Save from the Home and Backyard Expo.
Welcome back to WNEP's Power to Save. I'm Don Jacobs, and we're here at beautiful Beltsville State Park in Carbon County. As we continue to think about the environment, think about green, so do the local Quality Plus Ford dealers. Here's Violet Marley to talk about some of their products and how they're thinking green.
Ford is committed to the green technologies and sustainability that help the environment. We realize that there are guidelines that we need to follow to bring out fuel-efficient vehicles that help save the environment by putting less emissions out on the highways and out your tailpipes. So one of the greatest vehicles that we can brag about right now is the Fusion Hybrid, which you see right here, gets 41 miles per gallon average in the city, which is unheard of, and about 36 miles per gallon on the highway. It has actually been Motor Trend's Car of the Year. It was voted Car of the Year this year. So Ford is very proud to just brag about this vehicle that they have that is just unbelievable.
Does it drive like another car? I've never driven one. I'd be interested to do it. Does it have the get up and go? Do you feel safe behind the wheel?
I feel not only safe behind the wheel, and you don't compromise with luxuries or safety. Ford values those features as well, as I'll demonstrate for you in the vehicle. But you cannot feel the transition at all. It's a seamless transition when you go from electric mode to the gasoline mode, and you cannot feel that transition when you're driving the vehicle. It's a beautiful ride.
All right, so Violet, let's go for a ride.
Okay. It's on.
No way.
It's on.
Running now?
It's on. Yep, see? There's your smart gauge starting up.
What happened to and then stepping on the gas? Not even the best actor could have fooled the camera like that just fooled me. I'm telling you. Really, all you're doing is turning on a light switch.
That's it.
That's what it ended up sounding like. Now, the whole ivy thing here and stuff, what happens there now?
Well, the more efficient you become with your driving, the more leaves will grow on that vine. So as you're coasting, in fact, it gives you instantaneous. If you take your foot off the gas here,
right.
See how it goes up? You could get over 60 miles per gallon if you were to stay coasting that entire time.
Oh, I see.
You see that?
I see.
So it teaches you to drive efficiently.
And I'm up to getting 60 miles per gallon.
And then it'll
And look
go
at all
down.
my leaves I've got here.
See?
I added some leaves there, too.
Yep.
This is really, really neat.
Hybrid driving, I should say, is really designed most efficiently for the person who drives in stop-and-go traffic most of the time, because most of your high gas mileage that you're getting is in city traffic. For example, in the Philadelphia area, I was getting 44 miles per gallon driving in downtown Philadelphia, which is unbelievable. Then you may not be a person that's driving in the city all the time, so you may just need a fuel-efficient gasoline engine. Right now we have the Ford Focus that's out, which gets in the 30s and the high 30s for fuel efficiency. What we have coming out this spring to early summer in your dealerships, your Quality Plus Ford dealers in the area, you'll have the Fiesta, which gets hybrid-like mileage in a gasoline engine. It gets 40 miles per gallon.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And it's such a sharp, fun-looking car, and it's fun to drive. So there's a lot of great things. The other thing on the forefront, which I should mention, is electrification. Ford has come leaps and bounds with its electrification vehicles. And right now at your Ford dealerships, if you're a small business owner, there's actually a vehicle called the Transit Connect. So, for example, your news van, we could put you in a Transit Connect and have you running around in an electric vehicle. If you just need to go around town, it gets 100 miles on one charge.
Oh, jeez.
So if you're driving around town, that's all you need. That Transit Connect will be an electric. Also, next year we have an electric Focus coming out to vehicles. So that's something we can talk about for next year, Chef.
Test driving the 2010 Ford Fusion Hybrid was a terrific experience, and at the end of our trip, Violet demonstrated a few of its amazing capabilities.
The navigation system, all you do is press the destination button, press accept. You can find your nearest point of interest. So say you want to find out where the closest gas station is. You push fuel station, it tells you the closest gas station and how many miles you have to get there. The one thing that's great about this Fusion Hybrid is that it gets up to 700 miles on one tank of gas, so you really don't have to visit gas stations as much as you do in a regular car. The other neat feature is when you put the car in reverse, you'll see a backup camera that comes on, which is very, very helpful. So as you start to back into an area, the closer you get to that area, it'll start beeping, as you can tell, and the closer, and it gives you zones. We're too close now, so we can't back up any further. It's a great, great feature when you have that navigation system.
Even in its choices of interior materials, Ford Motor Company has been environmentally proactive.
When you drink a soda bottle and it becomes the plastic bottle that you're throwing away, the wonderful thing is in communities where we recycle these materials, that then becomes part of the fabrics that we're using in Ford vehicles. We're also using soy-based foam in our seat cushions. So your soybeans that the farmers are out there growing are being used to manufacture the cushions in these vehicles, and quite a few of Ford vehicles are being manufactured this way because we do want to take the environment into consideration. Sustainability is an important factor, and so we're trying to look at all the types of avenues where we can use green materials to make better vehicles and still not compromise on safety and quality and what consumers want there.
So now you piqued my interest, and I know there's people at home saying, I really want to learn more. Should they just stop at a Quality Plus Ford dealer? I mean, how do they learn more about these vehicles?
Always stop at a Quality Plus Ford dealers. You'll have an idea. You can also go on www.thefordstory.com, or you could go on www.qualityplusforddealers.com.
Thank you, Violet Marley, and of course we have to thank the local Quality Plus Ford dealers for sponsoring the Home and Backyard Expo. Now, we are going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to go back to WNEP's Home and Backyard Expo at the Wyoming Valley Mall.
Welcome back to WNEP TV's Power to Save Special. And of course, we're here at the Wyoming Valley Mall at the Home and Backyard 2010 Expo, which is presented by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. You may walk past this PPL Electric Utilities e-Power display and wonder what it's all about. Well, we're going to find out. I'm here with Michael Toohey, and he is a member of PPL Electric Utilities e-Power team.
Well, thank you, Jackie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to meet you.
First thing I'd like to talk about is some of the information that our customers can find at the e-Power site. It's pplelectric.com/ePower. And this is the gateway to all the incentives and the programs that PPL is offering to their customers. First thing, and probably one of my favorite things, Jackie, is the energy analyzer that PPL offers their customers. You can access that through the e-Power site at Energy Analyzer. It'll take you to a page. This is about your energy usage, your consumption, and your costs. And what I really like about this is the data you get comes directly from your meter. So it's specific to your home. You don't have to go outside, read the dials, punch in any data. It comes directly from your meter. They do this with two-way meterings, but just on the left side of the page, it'll explain to you about the bill, about what you owe, of course, what you owed in the past, and a general comparison of your consumption. So it's quick information there. More importantly, though, Jackie, on this side, on the right side, information about your usage. Now, to get this information accurately, we go up to the My Home tab, and you have to do a survey about your home. The data up here in the pie graph gives you a breakdown what's using the most energy. It's a mathematical equation based on the survey, but it'll give you a good idea. And then it'll tell you ways you might want to save if it sees a large area being using too much. This is a comparative. It takes your data, matches it to similar data in the system, and sees how well you're doing compared to similar homes with similar data. If you're down on the green side, you're doing very well. If you're up on the red side, not so good. There's a lot you can do to improve your situation. Now, specifically down here, the number of graphs you can look at. And that specifically addresses those, gives you information about the time of day you really have to address your energy consumption. And I've actually talked to a lot of customers that find the feedback on these graphs are excellent training tools for their children.
Absolutely.
They show them their impact on the lifestyle of the home, and then the children get involved in trying to help everybody save.
Michael, what's this display all about?
If I turn this switch on, we light up our standard bulb. This meter, kilowatt meter, which just to remind your customers, they can actually borrow these from their public libraries. PPL has put these in public libraries, and you can borrow them out like a book. If I shut that down quick, let it reset itself to 0. There it goes. Turn on the CFL. And you can see it's right now consuming 14 watts, and it'll hold steady there.
Really
so a CFL uses 75% less energy than a standard bulb. Can make a huge difference
in your energy consumption at home as far as lighting goes. It's a good time to switch out.
You do have some more information here.
Well, one of the big ones has been the appliance recycling, where you can take an old refrigerator, something you have in your house, a second refrigerator, you might be using it for storage or when you have more kids in the house. They'll actually come and pick it up and give you $35 for it. That's not a bad deal.
No, it isn't.
It's been a very popular program, so if you have an old fridge, you want to get rid of it, give this number a call today. You can find that information on the website or visit an e-Power event.
Yes.
We also have what we call our tips book, our little information book. You could pick this book up on a Saturday afternoon, take a look through it and say, yeah, I could do that today. I could get our stuff on power strips or caulk windows.
Absolutely.
Or maybe just measure the attic insulation, see if it's time to update it. Simple ideas, simple saving suggestions at little or no cost to the customer.
For more information on PPL Electric Utilities, e-Power events, or programs, go to www.pplelectric.com/ePower. We'll be back with more of Power to Save from the Home and Backyard Expo 2010, brought to you by Quality Plus Ford dealers. Stick around.
Welcome back to the Power to Save here at the Home and Backyard Expo 2010. And, of course, this is brought to you by the Quality Plus Ford dealers, but it really is brought to you by a lot of other vendors here. I mean, take a look at some of the great local companies, Jackie, that are serving us here. And we're going to keep the Power to Save theme going. We're going to look at some of those exhibitors.
That's right. There's so much to do with the home energy and any type of thing that you might want to do for home improvement. But we're going to go take a look at a little tour and see what's happening on the floor.
And one of the exhibitors obviously thinking energy efficiency and green, Ken Rex Plumbing and Heating and Cooling. Standing with me is Ken Rex himself. Ken, you've got quite a display here. Explain it to us. What are we talking about?
Okay, what we have here is, this is a solar pool heater. We've been doing these for 30 years. You put these solar panels on a roof. You pump your pool water through it. It heats up. It goes back to the pool. You don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to heat your pool and buy heaters. Very quick payback, very warm water. They last 30 years.
One-shot deal. What do we have here?
This is what they call a solar water heater. This is to heat your hot water and not burn your gas or your electric. This is a new product made in Germany by Weissman. It's 70% efficient. Heats your hot water. You don't have to worry about it. Comes with full 30% tax credits. Works very well.
Unbelievable. You have quite a display here. What's next?
Next is we are a Carrier dealer for the last 25 years. Carrier has what they call hybrid heat. What hybrid heat is, you have two sources of heat, electricity, heat pump, natural gas, or propane. You could figure out what the best heating system is at the time of the price of the fuel, and it really cuts down on the cost. Probably 50% of your energy you can cut out of your heating bill.
And, of course, a member of you and or your staff is going to be here throughout the expo.
Yes, we'd be happy to talk to anybody and go over tax policies, things, and help them save energy and go green, which is very important today.
Absolutely. Thank you very much,
Okay,
Ken.
thanks, Don. See you.
And we found another vendor here, Kittner Modular Homes. And with me is Dennis. Dennis, where is Kittner?
Kittner's located on top of Mile Hill in Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania.
All right, so you're here. We're talking energy efficiency. You're obviously talking about selling some homes. There is a connection there. What about the energy efficiency of your homes?
Well, the energy efficiency is excellent in Kittner Homes. We use only the best Anderson 400 series windows that are out there. They're argon gas filled. Standard in our prices is R30 in your floor insulation, 19 in your walls, and depending on the style of home, obviously insulation in your attic as well. Very well sealed homes and just an excellent product that's very energy efficient.
Well, good. Thank you. And of course, if you want to visit with Kittner here at the Expo, you can, and you can also get yourself one of these. I'm going to take a ruler. I'm taking this. All right, that's it. We're going to go and see what Jackie's found here.
Well, as is our usual custom, we have a product giveaway for you at the end of the show. Not just one, we have three that you can register to win here at the Wyoming Valley Mall. We have a chance to win a $10,000 kitchen makeover, compliments of Mariotti Building Products of Old Forge. And take a look at this. You can register to win a sauna. Lovely for getting out those aches and pains. Compliments of Valley Pools and Spas of Wilkes-Barre. Lovely. I'd like to have one of these in my house. And finally, we have Invisible Fence of Northeast PA, a way of keeping your critters safe within the confines of your very own yard. So there you go. 3 great grand prizes you can enter to win here at the Wyoming Valley Mall. All you do is simply fill out this little card, take it right over to here, and put it into the pile. Who knows? That could be the winning one, the one that you drop in.
Well, Mike, there sure are some great grand prizes, and we thank you for joining us for the WNEP TV Power to Save special here at the Home and Backyard Expo at the Wyoming Valley Mall.
And of course, any information you want on the recycling projects, on the Expo itself, any of the people that you've seen here tonight, you can find them at WNEP.com at either the Power to Save spot or on the Home and Backyard Expo click point.
And as usual, thanks for having us over. Have a good rest of the weekend.